multi-exclusive dimensional being Kyle with another exclusive. Today's video is about destroying all fucking races because I'm sick and tired of people talking about they white, black, Caucasian, Mexican, all that shit. Fuck all that shit, all right? Fuck all that race shit. I hate talking about it. I hate even bringing up this topic, but basically, it's here. I gotta come here and destroy all that shit. Feel me? It's just only right because we all gotta wake up. We all gotta understand that that whole race shit, that whole clinging on to race shit, is fucking low vibration. You're in somebody else's imagination. You're in somebody else's point of view, somebody else's spectrum. You gotta question what person, what spirit created the word black? What spirit, what person created the word racism? What spirit or soul created the word race in general? Because what the fuck is that? Last I checked, that's just somebody else's imagination. Somebody else's coming up with programs to get people trapped and indoctrinated. You can tie this shit back to, oh, your ancestors this, your ancestors that. How the fuck are you clinging on to people that you didn't know from way, way back then to trying to basically correlate it to this, to what you see now? Those aren't your fucking ancestors. You're not even from this fucking planet. Understand, overstand that shit. This is Earth, practicality. So you came here to set up shop. You wasn't born here. That don't make no fucking sense. Because if you was born here, you would basically be evolved out of the ground. But basically, being that your spirit created your vessel, you came here. So you're getting birthed out of someone. So that means an imagination, which is the thought, which is the first image, which is basically what came to come into its perspectives. Now you got the feeling emotion, which is the moon. But understand, overstand, the moon came first because that's the shit that you can't see. Something that's real, something that's basically immortal, eternal is your spirit. Your body is basically not real because it's temporary. You're just using this as your vessel, like AKA having a car and you're driving around and it has its detriment time when it comes to the circumstances and situations of it cannot drive no more. Too much mileage is weighed out. So you gotta understand and understand. Everything is astrology. Understand and understand that shit. You are a star. You're not a man, you're not a woman. That's just a lower spectrum. But when you get higher up there, you start to evaluate and you start to see things for what it truly is, as if you don't see it now. But a lot of motherfuckers been here for millions of years. A lot of motherfuckers is caught up into this concept of race this, race that, and taking the bullet for something that they ain't. That's point blank, period. That's like vibration. Your vibrations is low. You're clinging on to a race. You don't even know these people, places, and things previously, and you're just trying to like figure out shit. Listen, understand, understand. The same motherfuckers that created race, called you niggas, beat you, do all that other shit. Listen, these are the same motherfuckers that pretty much gave you the whole spectrum of basically clinching on to being black. That's like you basically being an outsider, coming into their shit and trying to like take shape and form and trying to basically have a phrase of having a system inside their house. No, you need to come here and create your own shit. Feel me? Stop clinging on to what they gave you. They gave you this shit. They gave you race. They gave you religion. They gave you colors. They gave you all that bullshit. They gave you this fake ass education, which they call it history, which is his story. Somebody else's story, somebody else's point of view, somebody else's story, somebody else's imagination. They want you to cling on to their shit so you can be stuck and keep coming back here and witnessing trials and tribulations all over a fucking again. What are you not understanding? Your spirit created you. Follow your spirit. You're just a spirit in the body. That's it. That's all. Fuck all that race shit. Stop clinging on to race. You don't even know you don't even know who the fuck you is. You don't even know what you was your past life. How the fuck are you trying to figure out what happened to these other fake ass these other wannabe black people? How are you trying to figure out what happened with them? You don't even know who the fuck you are. You just know this flesh. That's it. That's all. You need to go back into your genesis, your dreams, your yin realm, and figure out shit for yourself and get your own information so it can resonate with you perfectly. So all that other bullshit as far as race, black people this, white people this, because look at it like this. Black, if you was black, you would basically be way darker than the shirt that I have on. Basically, you wouldn't be able to see it. You're just shades of brown. That's it. That's all. You're just shades of colors. Shades of white, shades of brown. Now, we about to get into the spectrum. So look at it like this. Saturn, which is structure of reality, that's basically dealing with, way back then, that was basically dealing with the starters. That's cardinal. All cardinal is basically dealing with starters. So basically that was here first. Remember, the moon came first. What came second was the sun. What came third is reality, structure. That's basically surroundings and locations. That's Saturn right there. sound. Now let's get to the cardinal sound. Saturn is first. Then you got the Then of course I already said Moon, which is Cancer. That's another first. Then Aries, which is basically Mars, fire. That's another first cardinal. Basically what was here first. Dealing with that constellation when it get exalted. Basically these things have been here first. They just basically expanded and grow. Remember, if you're separate, that means you don't have too much weight on you. But basically, when you start to bring other people, places, and things, and constellations, and races, and waters, and mixtures, and substances, and stars together, and constellations together, basically they start to expand. They get brought down into existence. Because remember, back then, we didn't really have two eyes. We just had an eye, basically. So when you add all these other, because remember, astrology debunks everything. Astrology plays from head to toe, because you got 12 houses, 9 planets. Basically, these are the 3 substances that you got to put out, which is the spirit, the soul, and the vessel. That's displaying all these shits. That's basically correlating it, and basically having it in. So this is what you're expressing. So more density, more imagination, more weight, more density comes into existence. That's dealing with the planets from as above, as below, as within, as without. But when you don't have too many planets together, that means you're separate. But when you bring all this shit together, that means you have a lot. That goes to show when you have a lot of images, a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts, and basically other spirits channeling you, because we all traveling in through space. We all experiencing. So now bring me back to structure. So basically, in the beginning, of course, it was these structures they had. Like Saturn is more like reddish, darkish, more darkish. So you had like the purple beings, the dark beings, and then of course you tie that down. You bring that to Mars. You had the red beans, which you could see red spiders and shit. But these are all beings that's correlated. And structure, that's basically reality. Things come into density. Now you got Venus basically dealing with pleasure, pink. So that's dealing with the buttocks, that's dealing with the pussy, the pleasure, the inclinations. That's dealing more with the pink pigs, the beans, those kind of beans. That's dealing with colors and shades. But when you bring everything together, it start to equip, it start to expand, it start to push, and that brings us to Jupiter, which is dealing with expansion and growth. But basically, Jupiter was the travel, so it traveled and it basically gained wisdom and knowledge and created all these beings to bring them together. So wisdom and knowledge of structures, what is it? Wisdom and knowledge of cardinal, fixed, air, intellectual, earth, everything just started accumulating, resonated with each other. Remember, these be us. We were spirits and within space within space within location. So this is already here. We was already the ones to be here first. We was all here first. It don't matter the color. It don't matter the race. Fuck all that shit. Put that shit to the side. Don't get lost into that logical shit. Get more spiritually. Get more esoteric with it. We was all already here. But basically, when you bring I am, and then you push it, you start to do the constellation, you start to do the 360, you start to travel, you start to come up with ideas and concepts. You're moving in space and location. So this is basically what you're pushing out. I am, I have, I talk, I conquer, I express, I value, I relate, I desire, I expand, I grow, I bring in my knowledge. That's dealing with Jupiter. Then boom, I have, which now I gotta have workers. Now I know, and boom, I believe. So basically, once you bring all those words and all those accumulations and bring that together, you start to create people, places, and things, structures, stability, reality. You start to push this out. So basically, that's how you all came to the agreements of coming together and expanding and having growth. So that goes to show we're not from this fucking planet. That goes to show when you do go to sleep and when you do close your eyes, your soul exits your body. Well, you get into your genesis. You exit your body. You start to experience. You start to have dreams and where you're not even on this fucking planet. You have dreams where you have other constellations and shit like that. Because basically that's how it's brought up. And of course, we in a new space and location. So as time prevails, as time push out, we up under a new sun. So when that new sun come into play, new species, new information, new constellations, new shapes and forms, new other, like you can come up with this whole fake race shit with these Asians, with these other constellations, with these other beings and shit, species that's basically that started to exist more. Like for instance, when you come here, you start on a lower scale because we already in hell, but you can make a heaven out of your hell. Don't get caught up in the other shit. When you come here as the lowest form. You start to grow, you start to expand, you start to get big to the point you become a human. So boom, That's dealing with first. What came first is the spirit. What came second is the soul. Basically, the spirit. We could just say your father, then your mother, then boom, you was birthed out. This is basically third reality. Because the first shape of form is basically like the lowest spectrum, like the lowest spectrum. Then basically you start to take a shape of form and you just basically start to express that out and push that out. Then boom, you're birthed down to reality. That's how it plays out. Then basically you're starting to become and evolve in more density. So things being more added now. So basically your mom and your dad and you was added, so you was birthed out. It don't matter the fucking color. It don't matter the shape. Look at it like this. If you was dark as fuck, so that means like dark. And if you look like the beans way before back then, like if you just completely dark as a motherfucker, then basically you could tie that to basically the species that was here first. But if you got more light, more essences, basically, which means you was basically in another space and location, but you travel here, and basically you accumulated all these other spectrums, you'll be a little bit more lighter. That's it. That's all. It don't got nothing to do with no race. It don't got nothing to do with who was here first. Because remember, if all of these planets was basically expanded it out, and everything was basically traveling in a time and location, you was basically being developed. Because remember, the thought came up with many ideas and many concepts, and it's basically start to expand. For me, which is self, then that's duality, then that's existence, and ideas and concepts, feelings, emotion, expressions, boom, creations, then boom, wisdom and advice of creations. Basically, now you're about to take a bigger shape and form of a vessel. Now this is time indulgence, shit, what came second, and then boom, completion of something, which is Jupiter. Now you get birthed that back down. Basically, you just keep going up, or whether you will come back here. So you have the choice. You signed the contract when you came here. Understand that shit. You forgot because society had mind fucked you and put you in so many programs and separated you. We are all spirits and fucking bodies. You got some black folks that act more whitish. You got some white folks that act more niggerish. You got some Asians that play basketball way better than this nigga. And you got other people that do this. You got other people that like basically we all one. And we all got the aspects and we all got the dedication of doing things. But the moment you start to get into this whole separation shit, that's basically you forgot who you was. So basically you forgot that we are all spirits sharing space. You forgot that, oh, we got caught up into society and society had blinded us. And of course they put this shit in front of us to argue about, oh, race, this and that. Like you gotta understand. This is somebody else's imagination, like being a fucking roach or a bug fighting over a crumb, over a cookie, and there's enough crumbs or cookies, but basically you don't want to share the opposite because, oh, you're not the same color or some shit. That's bullshit and that's bogus. We all need to come together, work together, and we can manifest our fruits and labors. And things will get so much easier and better. Stop fucking getting along with this separation shit. For all y'all low vibrational ass motherfuckers, yeah, I know this shit gonna hit a nerve, but understand that shit. That the motherfuckers that you hate and basically in some low vibrational shape or form, you think these motherfuckers got something to do with what happened with you, but basically you just adding that on. You vibrating low in a low vibrational ass state. Oh, black people this, black people can't do this. And here you gonna keep experiencing the same trials and tribulations because you keep clinging and attaching yourself to that shit. You need to get the fuck out of that shit. You need to listen, the universe don't give a fuck about your race, your color. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You can manifest any and every time. It's just all about the frequency, vibration, energetic state that you in. They don't give a fuck about the flesh. It's about what your mind state is going towards to. Are you vibrating low in that big ass dark web that's keep you stagnated and basically doubting your whole fucking life? Or you in the web of basically expanding and getting the fuck out of here and you don't give a fuck about that race shit and you ain't clenching on to that fucking shit. No, gotta get out of that shit. So fuck all that race shit, fuck all that black history shit. You're not fucking black. They gave you that shit. Wake the fuck up. That's a program. You put yourself in a jail cell. You limit yourself by agreeing to the terms and conditions of being talked down to or being played with or manipulative. Get the fuck out of that state. If you want to continue to keep washing the dishes and being a good nigga or being a good slave, that's just shit. But stop basically clenching that shit on because you basically going to keep eating that fruits and labor and you're going to put that shit on your spirit. You're going to put that on your soul and your body. And basically all the spirits that was vibrating low in that vibration, they're going to come and hijack you, possess your ass, and keep giving you those negative ass frequency vibrations and energetic stage. And you're going to take the shape and form by agreeing to the terms and conditions and not signing that contract by that shit on your brain. And you're going to basically create that shit all over around you to the point is generational curses. Get the fuck out of that race shit and stop fucking claiming that fucking shit. Real shit. Dead ass. Y'all getting me fucking tight, yo. I will kill your ass if you, yo, get the fuck out of that shit. For real.